Hey Donald, how much is Bitcoin's market cap again?
Billions and billions and
billions and billions and
billions and billions and
So it is. So it absolutely is. We'll have a look at this. 57 billion to be exact. Everything's on fire today. I'm hype. I hope you are hype as well. I hope your investments are doing well. It's pretty hard to go wrong. When Bitcoin rises, so does everything else. Sometimes a lot faster than Bitcoin. For example, Populous, 54%. That's crazy. You would have made 54% in the last 24 hours on your investment. If only we knew which coins beforehand were going to do that. But that's why we're all here. That's probably why we're watching this video. We'd like to get some insider information. Bitcoin Cash doing very well. There are a lot more people supporting it. Exchanges, wallets. I will talk about which ones exactly. There's quite a few. But man, oh man, isn't everything doing well. Ethereum is charging back up to $300. We didn't think we'd see that again when it fell down to 200. Not for a long time, not this quickly at least. So that's really nice to see. And we're not even in the lock-in period. We're very close. This could happen today, this could happen tomorrow, but we are so close to Segway locking in. Then there'll be a grace period of about 2 weeks where miners have the chance to change their minds if they want, but that's extremely unlikely at this point. Once they're locked in, it will be upgraded around the August 21st, and then there will be the option for people to upgrade to Segway, exchanges, wallets, etc., to be able to make use of that network. Here are some of the exchanges and wallets that do support it, some that don't. So for example, let's have a look at one of the big ones, right? Coinbase. This means ready. They haven't got it ready yet. They're planning to upgrade to it. But the ones in turquoise are green. The ones who are working on it are in yellow. Everyone else is pretty much planned. Everyone plans to support it. So I'll leave a link to this if this will be useful for you in the description. Also, we've seen Bitcoin Cash's support go up and up. I will leave a link to this website. This talks about all the wallets that are going to support Bitcoin Cash, which is quite a lot, but just a few. Trezor, Ledger, Jax, KeepKey, Bitcoin.com, the mobile wallet. A few more exchanges joining the party. Kraken, Bitfinex, Bittrex, all the big ones supporting Bitcoin Cash. And for those who are wondering why we needed Bitcoin Cash, why can't we scale on chain? There are some really good arguments about that here in this post on Reddit, so I thought I'd share this with you. This post is saying there's no reason why, let me just move myself. There's no reason why we can't scale on chain. We just infinitely increase the block size so that we can get all of the world's transactions within the 10-minute block, get them all confirmed so we don't have any more delays. This post talks about why that might not be the case. There's a lot of details here, but essentially the main points are this. Currently, Bitcoin can do about 6 transactions per second. Compare that to Visa, and they can do around 24,000 transactions per second. That's quite a jump. That's what we'd need Bitcoin to scale to if we're going to compete with them. So how do we get there? If we infinitely increase the block size, so for example, 3.35 gigabyte block size, which is a heck of a lot bigger than 1 megabyte, almost infinitely bigger. That would be calculated to be 172 terabytes of storage per year, which they're saying is quite a costly solution because someone needs to store that data somewhere, and the more hard drives get more expensive, the more they're saying it would be decentralized because it would become impossible for the average consumer like you and me to run a full node because of the cost. Now, how much does a terabyte cost? A terabyte hard drive, I'd estimate, is anywhere between $30 to $50. So around 30 to 40 pounds. That's 1 terabyte. They're saying there would be over 172 terabytes additional data on the blockchain per year. I don't think that's unreasonable. I think that the rate at which hard drive size is increasing as versus the cost, this could be a potential. This could happen. Now let me show you what I mean by that. If we have a look at this picture, this shows what the average size of hard drives were compared to what year. This only goes back to 2011, but you can kind of get a picture. So the average size of a hard drive in Q1 2011 was anywhere from 5 to 600 gigabytes. Now this has scaled upwards, but the price has remained relatively the same, but you just get more bang for your buck, more gigabytes for your dollar. Currently, we're at a point of around 1.4 terabytes, nearly 1500. So what you could say very roughly is that in the space of 5 years, you can get triple the size of your hard drive for the same amount of money. So if 1 terabyte is anywhere between $30 to $40, $50, then we could expect in the next 4 or 5 years to be able to get a 3, 4, 5 terabyte for the same amount of money. But hardly an ideal solution. In my mind, we would need a combination of both an increase in block size and some off-chain scaling, such as Lightning Network. And the reason that's important, we have a look at the total market cap, Bitcoin's dominance at the moment against 121 billion total market cap. Bitcoin owns 47.2% of that. So there's quite a huge market in altchains, altcoins, different networks. What Lightning Network allows Bitcoin to do is to benefit off of their success by handling some transactions using their network. And I totally understand the sentiment that if it's not on the Bitcoin network, it is not Bitcoin. And that does make sense. But what if it could be better than what Satoshi originally created? I think a combination of the two will need to occur. And we are almost there. It has taken years to get consensus for an upgrade to go through. Years and years and years. And here we are, a day or two away. It could happen today from getting Segway locked in. This is huge for Bitcoin. Finally, consensus. Now, hopefully we can get the 2x put through. Hopefully we can get a bigger block size in November to 2 megabytes. Hopefully that happens. We don't want to see a third Bitcoin. We don't want to see that fork into Segway with 1 megabyte, Segway with 2 megabytes, and Bitcoin Cash. Don't want to see that happen. We could definitely implode if we fork too much. But it's nice to see consensus. It's nice to see some growth. Moving on to the news. Congress plans to research cryptocurrencies. Obviously, people are worried about this. What this means is that there could be new legislation regarding cryptocurrencies, at least in the United States. But from my point of view, I don't worry about this. I think the United States could turn around and say, all cryptocurrencies are illegal. We ban them all. And yes, Bitcoin would be affected. The price would come down, but it wouldn't crash. It wouldn't fade into nothing. Not at all. It's supported by the world. Russia supports it, China supports it, Korea supports it, England, Australia, you name it. They support Bitcoin. They support cryptocurrencies. There's no way that any one country outlawing it is going to stop it. Even if all the countries in the world tried to outlaw it, it still wouldn't stop it. That's why you have people like Bill Gates saying Bitcoin cannot be stopped. And China and Russia would love to get one up on the United States. If the United States were to outlaw it, they might turn around and try and boost it, try and support it even more, so that they could be the forerunners in something like this huge revolution. I don't know, but I can imagine that definitely happening. So it's too late. They cannot stop it. More legislation in the short term could potentially mean good things, potentially make it easier for new startups, new companies to create something around Bitcoin, knowing that they're legal, knowing that they can operate. So these types of things are good, I think, in the short term. If all of the world's currencies just decided to adopt Bitcoin, that's the calculation of a price for 1 Bitcoin. But we would stop using a dollar valuation at that point. We would have long stopped using a dollar valuation. We would be using millibytes, which we talked about in yesterday's video, but essentially 0.001 is 1 millibyte, and you would buy milk, bread, and stuff using millibytes rather than hundreds of thousands of Satoshis, at least in my mind. So are you telling me that one day one of my Bitcoins is going to be worth $5.8 million? No, Neo, I'm trying to tell you, one day you won't have to. All right, guys, short one from me today. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.